Do you want to unlock superhuman strength for handstand push-ups? With only 4 exercises, this workout routine will dramatically transform your body. It's time to develop the strength to perform feats most people think are impossible. Raise your standards. Your body's capable of far more. Expect to stack on upper body size in your chest and shoulders while doing new exercises. What's up everyone, Daniel Vadnal here for Fitness FAQs. Now, unlocking handstand push-ups won't happen by accident. Just copy this workout to level up your strength. Back to wall handstand push-ups are the best exercise variation for beginners and intermediate calisthenics bros. The wall doesn't take any skill. If you have a decently strong overhead press, you can jump into this no problem and get those gains. Wall handstand push-ups are a better choice for bodybuilding because they're stable. You can produce more force, which allows you to recruit more of your muscle mass. The luxury here is we can push closer to failure because of that added stability and support. We can keep pushing our upper body muscles until they've got nothing more to give. The luxury here with the wall is we can do more reps and accumulate more volume compared to our freestanding counterpart. The advantage of doing a flared elbow overhead press is it disperses the work across more muscle groups. You're getting more of your lateral delts, upper chest involved in this handstand push-up with this specific variation. Technique-wise, you want to choose a grip that is most comfortable and strong for you. This is around shoulder width or slightly wider for most people. The same applies with your hand distance from the wall. Just play around, experiment, and you'll naturally find what works best for you. Arching the lower back during handstand push-ups is a common problem. Now you might be thinking, is my core weak? Are my abs weak? If you can stand upright for 30 seconds, you've got more than enough core strength. A lack of upper body strength shows during your handstand push-ups when you arch, specifically the shoulders. Your body is really smart. It's trying to find mechanical advantage. So by turning into a high incline press, you're essentially trying to recruit your big pec muscles to help out. Some arching is okay, but if you're turning into a contortionist push-up, then you need to drop your reps and focus on that perfect technique. Back to wall handstand push-ups are humblingly hard. You're essentially pushing close to 100% of your body weight, depending on how much you help with the feet. And what's even more humbling is you're only doing a partial overhead press. Because your hands are getting to head height, this is the equivalent of doing dumbbell press with your hands just reaching head height. Back to wall handstand push-ups are said to be a bad exercise. The thinking being is that the technique and posture, it doesn't translate to freestanding handstand push-ups. Chest to wall is better. Just build your basics first. On average, people are stronger at back to wall because of that flared elbow technique. This way, you can actually do 5 reps and follow the workout. It's a smart idea to build up your handstand push-up in the strongest and most realistic position first. Otherwise, you'll spend all day doing singles of chest to wall because it's so much harder. Exercise dogma is bad. Saying that you have to do chest to wall handstands is the equivalent of saying you need perfect mobility before doing handstands. You'll be waiting forever if that is your goal. Having that success early is really important as a calisthenics beginner for that buy-in, to have fun, to see progress and see yourself being able to achieve these harder things. Once you've built up to 10 plus back to wall handstand push-ups, then you've got the overhead pressing strength to transfer it to specific stuff later on. Chest to wall, freestanding, and advanced calisthenics. Moving on to the pike push-up, let's continue building that overhead pressing strength. This exercise is the perfect complement to your back to wall handstand push-up. Previously, we were flaring our elbows in our overhead press. Now we're doing more of a tucked elbow press. This is going to build up comprehensive overhead pressing strength in a variety of planes. The pike push-up works your muscles slightly differently with this overhead press. You're going to get a little bit more anterior delts, as well as a bit more triceps because of that tucked elbow pressing mechanics. What makes the pike push-up different to a normal push-up is the distance between the hands and feet. Your goal is to try and put your hands as close to the feet as possible to make this heavy and hard on the shoulders. With your technique, I want you to create a tripod shape between your head and hands at the bottom. This forward lean is really important for doing the exercise correctly. You can confirm this by having a vertical forearm when you view the exercise from the side. It's important that you film yourself because what's happening in your mind versus what's happening in reality are often two very different things. With pike push-ups, you're essentially pressing a portion of your body weight overhead, and the difficulty can vary drastically, making it a great exercise from beginner all the way through to advanced. The key concept to apply is being as light as possible on the feet. This way, your upper body does the heavy lifting. Now, pike push-ups might seem like a beginner exercise, but if you really lean forward and you got barely weight on your toes, these can feel as challenging as real handstand push-ups. The biggest tip: don't just go through the motions. You have to train with intensity. This is what you call a subjective exercise. You can change your body posture, lean backwards more, lean forwards more, and it can feel entirely different. So it's on you to choose a posture that is difficult for the rep range. The effort you invest is the result you earn. Show up with intensity and your body will reflect it. For those of you that are grinding your way to that chest to wall handstand push-up, the pike push-up is the perfect stepping stone because it replicates the real thing. The torso's angled forward, we've got our elbows tucked, so you're building up that specificity of strength for the real thing. The best progression for this one when you're ready for it is the deficit pike push-up. By elevating your hands and feet, you're training through a full range of motion. You're getting an increased stretch on your upper body muscles, which is arguably better for building muscle. You're also going to strengthen a more complete range for a greater dominance of your overhead press. The higher the feet relative to the hands, the harder things become, because you've got more weight going through your shoulders with this setup. Now your range of motion better reflects a military press at the gym, where that barbell comes down to your chest and you're pushing all the way overhead. Deficit pike push-ups are a respectable compound exercise. If you're chasing those calisthenics bodyweight training goals, they should be a staple in your workout routine. We're doing a closed kinetic chain exercise. The hands are fixed and the body moves. Our end stage goal is a handstand push-up, which replicates the exact same demands of this movement. So by doing your pike push-ups, you're going to build up that strength that we need for our bodyweight skills. Plus, you're going to develop aesthetics, so you'll have the looks and the muscle mass and the strength all combined. Pseudo planche push-ups are going to humble you, but they're also going to transform you at the same time. Any worthwhile push workout has you training your upper body in a variety of angles. Pseudo planche push-ups are a horizontal press, and they serve as a complement to your vertical handstand push-ups. Never skip your horizontal pressing because it develops well-rounded strength, targeting the same prime mover muscles in a different way for complete gains. You want to put your feet up against the wall because it sets a minimum standard of intensity and it prevents cheating. The same concept can also apply to pike push-ups to keep yourself honest. To change the difficulty, it's all about the lean. This is from a continuum from just forward to leaning so far forward that you feel like you're going to fall flat on your face. At a certain level of lean, the weight is so light on your feet and so heavy on your shoulders that it practically feels like you're doing planche push-ups. You want to take care of what the shoulders are doing. Retraction on the way down, protraction, spreading the shoulder blades apart as you push up. This is going to activate that serratus anterior, which is a really helpful muscle for feeding into handstand push-up success. With range of motion, the torso should touch the ground at the bottom, and you're going to lock out with straight arms at the top. Keep that hollow body position throughout. Abs engaged, glutes engaged, a nice PPT. Happy days. A simple solution if you don't have flexible wrists or you get joint pain during pseudo planche push-ups, turn the hands out. This allows you to lean forward comfortably, get all of those shoulder strengthening benefits without the discomfort. Otherwise, parallettes are a go-to option. You've got that neutral grip, stacking of your wrist joints, and it just facilitates a really comfortable press while leaning forward. The biggest mistake that I see with pseudo planche push-ups is training them for high reps. It's not really the purpose of this exercise to do it for 15, 20, 30 reps. Our goal is strength. We're trying to unlock that body weight relative strength so that we can do these handstand push-ups no problem. As difficult as these low reps are, the intention is to build strength, and you're not going to accomplish that by just pumping out high rep pseudos. Otherwise, with calisthenics, posture means everything because your body is going to find ways to make the exercise mechanically easier. It's going to cheat, try and take tension off your upper body. Avoid putting the hips too high or too low during your pseudos. As well as please don't rock backwards at any point during the set because this offloads tension from the upper body. Pseudo planche push-ups shine because they teach that full body control, how to activate your abs and core stabilizers. This way, when you're doing movements like handstand push-ups, you're going to know when you're in a banana and how to correct it because you've built these good patterns with a regression. We love bodyweight exercises where there's minimal equipment required. With say a dip, beyond a certain point, you're going to need to add weight to your body to be challenged. With the pseudo planche push-up, just keep leaning forward and you'll be challenged for life. There's a really high mechanical tension for a hypertrophy stimulus. For anyone who's ever tried pseudo planche push-ups, they are no joke at all. After a set, your shoulders are going to be smoked, and this mechanical tension lays the foundation to really transform your physique. Just look at any gymnast or calisthenics enthusiast. They've got these capped mountain peak delts, and it's no surprise why. Pseudo planche push-ups unsurprisingly improve your planche too. This is because a bent arm exercise complements a straight arm exercise. You're working similar joint angles in the planche as well as the same planche muscles, so you're going to benefit. This is the type of exercise where you can't just go through the motions. You have to really focus on what you're doing to get the benefits. Because if you're doing a set of 8 reps and you're just starting to get sloppy with your technique, you're not going to get the same results as someone that's doing 8 reps as genuinely hard as they possibly can. There's no one to blame. You're entirely in charge of intensity. You have to lean forward to get the benefits. Don't you dare finish this workout just yet. You've still got dips to do. And here's why. Dips are key for mastering that handstand push-up strength as well as building an aesthetic physique. Parallel bars are the superior choice for dips. Training on a stable piece of dip equipment allows us to push harder and get stronger. With handstand push-ups, our hands are fixed. We want to train our dips in the same way for that specificity. Sorry, rings. By this stage of the workout, you're probably cooked. Your upper body's just done 3 pressing exercises, and I'm asking you to do a 4th with dips. So your body weight is probably going to be plenty challenging at this stage of the routine. In this context, we're using this dip as an accessory exercise to feed that handstand push-up mastery. Your goal here is to bring the intensity. I want you to train to failure, genuinely. Keep doing your dips until you can't rep out another. Just switch on that gorilla mind, put on your favorite tunes, just get into your body and just keep going. It's going to burn, it's going to be uncomfortable. You'll be tired from everything else that's been done. Keep on dipping. Max out. We're using our dips here to upgrade the hardware of your body, building bigger pecs, shoulders, and triceps. Then, when you practice handstand push-ups, you're installing the software, teaching those bigger muscles how to produce strength overhead. With dips, we want to hit that 90-degree range of motion with locked elbows as a form standard. Of course, you can always go deeper if it feels comfortable for your body, and this may even lead to better hypertrophy outcomes because of that big stretch. What's interesting is during dips, you're actually emphasizing the lower part of the chest. This creates a comprehensive development because during your handstand push-ups, it's upper chest. When you're doing your pseudo planche push-ups, it's working the whole chest. Dips are a vertical pressing exercise just like your handstand push-up. The only difference here is you're getting shoulder flexion and extension in a different range of motion. So with a dip, you're going from arms behind the body to arms by your side, whereas with a overhead press, you're having your arms in front of your body to overhead. This means if you train dips, your handstand push-up will improve and vice versa. It's nice knowing that you can swap which exercise comes first in your routine, depending on what's your main goal. Dips are the squat of the upper body. That is my favorite mic drop quote that I love to say, because it's got endless progression potential. For those of you that are still watching, I know you're serious about your calisthenics training, and if you're consistent, you keep showing up, eventually you'll be able to do weighted dips at the end of your workout. Truly. Strength and size are correlated in naturals, so the stronger that you get, it's going to result in a bigger, more muscular physique. And it's important at the end stages of your workout. When you're tired, you just want to go through the motions, or you just want to quit the exercise. This is when you got to dig deep and do those dips. If you want to look strong and be strong, it's not just going to randomly happen. You're not just going to do a few sets of dips and become huge. It doesn't work that way. It's like a girl saying, I don't want to lift weights because I don't want to get too big. Well, you won't accidentally transform into a calisthenics beast. You got to grind for it. All right, legends, here is a complete workout routine that you can follow, including sets, reps, and exercise order. Next up on Fitness FAQs is this video. This is where you want to go to keep on learning, getting stronger with calisthenics.